And once again, LG has given me another great TV to love. How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new LG OLED C2 model. Now this sucker just came out and we just got our hands on it. We put it up on display. This is our 77-inch version. I'm going to show you guys a short time lapse of us setting it up on our showroom floor here at Walts in Tempe. And, just taking it out of the box, getting it up on the stand, noticing a few things that are different than last year's models. There's tons of new features, internally and externally that, we got to cover because this thing is brand new. So first and foremost, pretty common theme with, new LG TVs is they try to come out with a bigger and better processor, which they did. So this year we have the A9 Gen 5 processor. Now, not only is the processor new, but the panel is new. And they're calling it the new LG Evo panel. It allows for a higher contrast ratio, better colors, and overall just a better viewing experience. Another cool feature is the AI Picture Pro, which is essentially upscaling with a couple added benefits. If you don't know what 4K AI upscaling is, it's artificial intelligence upscaling. So essentially, let's say you take a 1080p image, it's going to scale it up to 4K and use artificial intelligence to predict each and every one of those pixels that would be missing. So essentially a 1080p picture is going to look like a 4K picture, even though it's really not. So the extra features in this particular upscaling technology is going to be face, body, and object detection, which basically is just going to help that sharpness and create an even more accurate picture. Now, another cool feature that they added is the AI Sound Pro. And essentially what this can do is it can take 2-channel audio and upmix it into surround sound, which is, it's a pretty weird thing to think about. But if you don't have a sound bar and you don't have a surround sound system, the TV, audio, it's going to be way better out of this type of TV. Now, one thing with the newer panels, we talked about panels earlier, the newer panels, it's going to allow for a much, much better viewing angle, which honestly, the OLEDs aren't bad at that in general, but this one in particular focuses on that. Now, a big step up, and I think we're all going to be pretty happy about this. As far as HDMI connections goes, this is going to have 4 HDMI 2.1 connections. That's right. 4 full HDMI 2.1 connections. Going to be perfect for all your higher quality content, especially gaming. And that's a problem I've been seeing, unfortunately, in the gaming world when it comes to consoles. Is these new consoles, PS5s, new Xbox, they have this great quality, the high refresh rate, and they choose a TV that doesn't support it. So it's it's virtually like you're just canceling out everything you just paid extra for. So this is something where, you get into the different tiers of OLED, and this is why I need to understand and why I'm here to help you understand, because, those lower model OLED TVs, they don't have the same features and functions as the, mid to upper level. So this is the C2, and this is where you get all those features. You can go to the G or the Z, which is even crazier, but you really want to be in the C2 range, in my personal opinion. And as far as gaming goes, you're going to have a G-Sync and a V-Sync software to help you get that smooth motion. And if you're playing on a console, it does have 120 hertz, so that's exactly what you need for your next-gen consoles. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are enjoying the video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe while you're here, because we do videos like this all the time.
You're gonna leave him on the asteroid?
Okay, I'll punch you.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right, come on. Go! Oh!
And I think one of the big things I want to touch on before we kind of end this video off is the mounting patterns. And probably like, mounting patterns, why does that matter? Like this, that's not really that special. Well, it actually is, and I'll tell you why. So if you take a look at the older gen OLEDs, their screens have been extremely thin, and they usually pack the TV components into the bottom part of the TV. This being the case, this may or may not cause problems depending on your mounting situation, because of where you have electrical boxes and where you want to route the wires. But essentially, with mounting old OLED TVs, you'd have to put the mount on very low on the TV, so the mount would have to be very low on the wall. And so with this one, as you can see on the back of it, it actually raises the mounting pattern to its more center. It's going to be a lot easier to hang and really get centered with your system. And I honestly feel like it's a really overlooked thing because you don't really think about your mounting patterns and how it's going to sit well on your wall. Now, one last thing before we go, LG has an amazing OS. This is personally my favorite operating system. Just scrubbing through the apps, everything's super easy, super clean, and the remote is very responsive. And that's part of, you know, having that really nice processor in there is a lot of people don't realize when you go with cheaper televisions, it's not just picture quality you're compromising on the processing power. So when you're switching between apps or trying to type in passwords, it's going to be a lot slower than what you would get on something nice like this OLED C2. Now, if you guys have any other questions, please leave them down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. That's going to be all for this one, and if you guys haven't already, check out some of our other cool videos on products like these. If you guys are interested in getting the best deal on this product, email YouTube@Walts. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos or deals.